All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rundown. We got a quick episode, but a very impactful topic that I want to talk about. It's going to be very important. I want to talk about Kamala Harris and how she is, recently blaming Andrew Tate and Myron on the reason, and basically the manosphere, right? On the reason why she lost the election. Right. I didn't even send this video out to people because I already know how it's going to be talked about. So I just want anybody who's actually interested to join. You get what I'm saying? Um, I'm here joined by my co-host, obviously Nay. You guys know who Nay is. Those who've watched the show for a while know exactly who Nay is. But more importantly, I want to go directly into everything that um Kamala said specifically about Andrew and about Myron Gaines. So let's read it. Kamala Harris writes, at this very moment, for some, the voices that fill the void belong to Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, and others who grab the attention. They grab the attention of the youth with get rich or fitness content, then deliver arguments that feminism is damaging to masculinity and women need to know their place. All right. So again, let me go ahead and read this. So Kamala Harris blamed the influence of the manosphere online figures for losing young male voters in the 2024 presidential election. In her new political memoir, 107 Days, published this week, the former vice president admit that she was devastated to learn that she lost some ground with male voters under 30. A lot of people, pundits, she calls them, speak about the bro vote, the frat boy vote. And then she writes, I don't think that we need to think of these people in these reductive terms. Instead, I think about these young voters coming to age during COVID, unnaturally isolated, and their lives being lonely at that time, that they should have, somebody speaking honestly on social media, right? But instead, again, she goes on to blame Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines for this, I guess, this fucking rise in toxic masculinity. Now, Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines have both done separate videos responding to the former vice president. I'm going to go to both videos and then get both my wife and my co-host's opinion. Let's go in here with what do they call him? I forgot his little nickname. But let's hear what Andrew Tate got to say.
Kamala Harris just admitted in her new book that I was one of the reasons she lost. And I've been saying for a very long time that the reason the liberals and the Democrats have been trying to put me in jail is because I can affect elections. And now Kamala's saying, yes, Andrew wasn't in jail, so he's one of the reasons why I lost the election. Read her book. She says it herself. Gotcha, bitch. So Kamala Harris.
All right, so that was Andrew Tate's response to the situation regarding his name being mentioned in the book that Kamala Harris just recently released. So we have Myron also speaking about the situation as well. Let's go ahead and go to it. Of course, Myron's is much longer and much more flagrant, but here we are nevertheless. Let's go and check out what Myron Gaines had to say about Kamala Harris saying that him and Andrew Tate directly impacted young male voters.
Page 107 or 176. It was devastating to learn that after the election that I lost some ground with voters under 30, especially young men. Pundits speak about the bro vote, the frat boy flank. I don't think of them in those reductive terms. Instead, I think about these young voters coming out of age during COVID, unnaturally isolated, their lives lonely when they should have been at their most social. At the very moment their world should have been widening, it had contracted. For some, the voices that filled the void belong to Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, and others who grab attention with get rich or fitness content, then deliver arguments that feminism is damaging to masculinity and women need to know their place. Wow. Boys, we fucking did it, man. We fucking did it, boys. We kept the female president from taking power. Let's go.
Nate, do you want to go first, or shall I let my wife go first?
My music is kind of loud, so go ahead, gently.
No, you got it.
I don't really know how I feel.
I put it out closer to you. That way you don't got to come over.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this. I just feel like if we can't say that she doesn't have a point, because I literally heard men saying that, hey, why wasn't she talking to Joe Rogan that had the male, voting ears and things like that? Why wasn't she talking to Joe Rogan who had the male ear? And what's those other male podcasters? Like there's Joe Rogan, there's Nick Fuentes. Like people wanted to know why didn't she go on to the network? So if that's the case, then yeah, she has a point there. The fact that a prominent political figure is even mentioning these men lets me know how much right. Like that's what I'm saying, of males that were listening to this. We couldn't be even further divided between men and women. And I'm not even talking about race or anything. Did you see the data that came out? Men say having children is number 1. Women said is number 12 for them. You see how far we are apart from each other at this point?
I think mentioning Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines and not mentioning Charlie Kirk is crazy.
Yeah, but I think this book was written before that incident.
Okay.
You remember? Because
Charlie Kirk been influencing young voters on the 30s since the first election.
Yeah.
So I still think mentioning him had to be mentioned. Andrew Tate never met President Trump. Myron Gaines never met President Trump. Charlie Kirk did, taking photo ops with him. He is a bigger influencer, in my opinion, than both of them. But the one thing I can say that Charlie wasn't doing is he wasn't talking about relationships. He wasn't influencing incels, allegedly, right? These guys were deliberately doing those things. But go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. First off, both of their responses are ridiculous. It would have been nice for them to actually have a response.
We didn't finish Myron's. We can press play. Go ahead.
Yeah, his response is ridiculous so far, talking about we did it. And in my mind, you didn't do anything. This coming from the man who was paying a woman that he never laid with or slept with
correct
or anything. So
I'll press play.
Yeah.
She mentioned me in her book. Let's fucking go, baby. Holy shit. You guys heard it here first. Bruh. What the fuck? Oh, man. Oh, man. I mean, you guys know, in 2024, I was going, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was telling y'all niggas to get out there and vote. I was telling you guys, vote for Trump, bro. I know some of you guys were like, well, Trump's owned by the Jews and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, I know, but we don't want a woman in. Okay? And look, even though Trump has done some dumb shit, we gotta admit, censorship is chilled out. We're not getting fucking annoyed as much with the...
How is censorship chilled out when Jimmy Kimmel almost just lost his whole fucking career by making a joke about President Trump? We have teachers, Americans being fired over freely speaking as they should be able to. Shout out to Jossie. She says clown. He is a clown. How can you go on and say, yeah, Trump is owned by the small hat community and he messed up a lot, but we still can't just have a woman in there? You know why? Because you don't love our country, because you're not from our country. You from Sudan. You were immigrant. How Kendrick put it, they not like us.
Right. So it's, yeah, and when you across the pond, they had a lot of influence in American culture because you were something to watch during the time where you were isolated, which is true because her statement is actually really true. What were we doing at that time? You were isolated.
You can't hear you,
So
Nate, because of the music. The music blocking you
I
out.
knew it.
It's just kicking your ass right now. It's over.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
Nate working, y'all. Let's show Nate some love anyway. Let's hear the rest of what Myron had to say.
Left this bullshit. So, yo, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. She's saying me and Andrew Tate took voters from her. That's fucking wild. And this is a book she just released, guys. I think it's her book, 107 Days. So, hey, man. That's the W, niggas. This is page one.
I mean, again, to my wife point, I don't even think that she had no business mentioning these niggas. Why are you even talking about these dudes? Like, these dudes clowns. Like Gore said, Myron's still a thing. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Unfortunately, so this is the last clip that really correlates with this topic. You know what I'm saying? I did a 12-hour stream. We're not doing that again no time soon.
To you.
But let me go ahead and show you guys this clip, right? This is a clip between Andrew and his brother Tristan. And they're talking about the situation where his brother, you know, and Myron are being brought up in this fucking book where truthfully she's shedding more light on them. She's giving them free publicity, et cetera, et cetera. And in my opinion, the people that really made you look bad was Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Those were the ones, they were the people that said you had no brain processing power, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, I think, yeah, these guys have online influence, but so do they. And they have real influence in real life because both Charlie and Candace personally know President Trump. But let's continue.
So we're going to try on Myron now because Myron is also
A real nigger.
a real nigger, the realest of niggers. Because Myron is,
Well, one, he's late. So
Myron, the fact that they even feel this comfortable using the N-word this freely and assigning it to you, that lets you know you're not like us. These dudes who look like this can go to the South Side of Chicago and say, "What's up, my hard N-word?" It's over, bro. Even where you in Miami right now, have them go down to where all them Jamaicans and all them niggas be at and say, "Hey, what's up, my heart?" Yeah, and all them Haitians and stuff. Go talk to them boys like that.
They down there.
Y'all boys crazy. And this is why y'all get no respect in the manosphere. The rim bros, like Sharon would say, et cetera, et cetera.
if that doesn't prove to you that he's a real nigger, just saying, let's take the evidence that's presented in front of us. You're calling him a real nigger. He's late.
he helped Kamala fail. So Kamala knows him by name, which is so fucking gangster. It's so gangster. Kamala's sitting there in bed at night.
The woman that y'all discredit, the woman that y'all say don't mean nothing, she's insignificant. The fact that she know y'all name, that makes y'all a gangster. Again, that's how we know y'all not really like us. Right? You can't be a gangster unless you a gangster. That's just what it is. If don't nobody know you for actually putting in the work as a gangster, you're not a gangster. Having a woman with no criminal record at all simply know your name does not make you gangster. And that's the thing. Y'all try to sell an image. Y'all try to sell an image to these young white boys that they gonna look gangster when they go against a woman. Now let me tell you, you're gonna look like a pussy every single time that you call yourself a gangster because a woman is threatened by you. That's something that hoes do, pussies do, soft niggas do. Real men don't get off by saying, "Yeah, bro, I'm a real gangster." How, bro? What you do today? You must have took somebody's strap right up off their hands or something. Nah, Kamala Harris recognized my name. That don't make you gangster, dog. But this was the clip that really went viral. Obviously because of the N-words, but because of more.
Talking to her fucking cucked husband. Do you remember Andrew Tate and
I heard cuck husband. Child.
Myron Gaines?
Wait,
Bro,
do you remember Kamala's fake accents? Hey, I'm Kamala Harris. Every time she went to somewhere else, she do a fake accent.
Did you hear his black accent? Did you hear his black southern accent? Hey, I'm Kamala Harris.
Husband. Do you remember Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines?
Wait,
Bro,
do you remember Kamala's fake accents? Hey, I'm Kamala Harris. Every time she went to somewhere else, she do a fake accent. I'm actually very good at fake accents as well, so I'm going to do one for you. You're listening? Sure. Hello, my name is Kamala Harris.
Okay, anyway, we're bringing on Myron. Myron, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Clearly, these guys are super racist. Super racist. Black men, I know y'all regretting never letting Myron into the building. Kevin Samuels.
No, they're not.
Oh, they not saying it? They gonna act because they gotta stand on their toe against black women. They can never admit that y'all right. But when they go back home and Myron saying, F you N-words, y'all don't work at all. Y'all never take care of y'all kids. Guess who if the same rhetoric came out of a vagina and a black skin and some weave, they'd be mad as hell. So I know they mad about what he's saying, but because it's him, they gotta be quiet about it. The same way, I'm gonna call him out. You don't see Angry Man Izzy them holding Anton accountable. They held him accountable on a situation with Carmelo Anthony. Anything else, everybody get their own kind of pass. Angry Man get a certain amount of passes. It's a whole bunch of nepotism and goofy shit. There's no real accountability. And they gonna continue to fuck with the niggas. The same way black women gonna continue to fuck with Anton after he said that he wanna throw y'all out of the motherfucking bathwater. Right? There's no real accountability. We just sit back and watch the world burn down. And that's what we really do. That's why.
Can you guys hear me?
Bro, that's an epic find. That's a fucking flex.
Generational lifetime W for you two.
Yeah, no, I was actually on live and someone sent it to me and said, "Hey, did you know that you're mentioned in her book?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, and he sent it to me and basically she was like, "Well, yeah, these two guys like took away the male vote from me and you know in her book and stuff." So I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." I was like on stream and so they sent it to me and I'm like, "What the hell?" And well, number one, you know, I was shocked they were even reading that book. But I did hear from people that she was going to release this book and that she had like some criticisms for releasing too much information. So, you know, it was just really interesting. But yeah, dude.
One thing that we can confirm now, we've been saying this for years. One thing that we can confirm now, and one thing that we have been saying for years, it's just the internet. It's just the internet. Nobody's being hurt by this. Nobody's being influenced by this. This rhetoric, when we turn off the screen, it's just online. It's not genuinely impacting anybody else. And you see how Kenny Alpha speak right here? He's probably not even a real person. I'm gonna drop the link and see if he'll come up here and say what he just said in the chat to my face. Because you're gonna see a weak display of masculinity in real time. Kenny Alpha says, "What the F is going on? This is a Simp ass channel I just came across. You dudes sound like crying females about Keisha's losing job. FOH." More than likely, again, this is a person that won't even hit the link to talk, because black men like Kenny Alpha are the true weak ones. Like Myron Gaines, like Andrew Tate, who's not even black, who's under fucking investigation for fucking trafficking charges. I think it's funny, to get back to my point, that black men specifically will act like this dangerous propaganda that they want to spew, that it isn't harmful, when we can clearly see that it is. It's so harmful that the former vice president probably got enough studies, enough people backing her saying, hey, these guys are making these amount of young men so radicalized, right? Because let's make sure we stick to that word. Because I'm happy that y'all are cool with radicalizing young white males. I like it too. They don't vote for Kamala. Now y'all got Arkansas farmers starving. Thanks to y'all. We can run down a list. But I'm going to get to my favorite one in Utah. Thanks to y'all radicalizing young white males, right? To the point where they can't have conversations genuinely on college campuses. They want to stir negativity. How the white man said, negative words leads to negative thoughts, which leads to negative actions. Or like my friend Dolores Abernathy used to say, these violent delights have violent ends. Y'all want to celebrate Kamala losing in office, but you're not looking at everything that's happened since she lost in office. When Kamala was vice president, let's say, for example, Arkansas farmers wasn't begging for money. Everything was moving smooth. I'm busy at work. That's what I thought. Pussy. As I said, the problem with celebrating what happened is, you're celebrating the downfall of Americans every single day that's taking losses due to Donald Trump being in office. Even Gore got on here last night and said, yeah, man, Trump fucking up, bro. I can't even lie. That's what always lead me. And then Myron, guess what? Guess what I'm looking at right now? When I look at Myron and Andrew Tate. Two niggas who not even American.
No, they live in Romania.
This nigga live in Romania. This nigga is from Sudan. And these are the people that young white males and black males,
Yeah,
these are the ones that y'all listening to.
they're not even American citizens.
The definition of tethers
Are them.
are them. Andrew spent time in jail for fucking kidnapping bitches. Black men, I don't care what these YT men do. They gonna do the fuck they want to. Y'all gotta get y'all shit together. There's no other way to put it, dog. Let me play this clip out and watch these two fucking losers and convicted PDF file type niggas. Let me watch them celebrate having the influence to change the minds of young men so much that now where's those young men that helped the farmers in Arkansas and all the rest of the starving white people that's begging for money? They was just good under Joe Biden.
Where are they at?
That's what I'm saying.
Where's Myron at?
That's what I'm saying.
The two other the brothers.
Myron, these niggas live in Romania.
Yeah. Why are y'all not trying to help these people? But y'all radicalizing.
Instead of talking shit every day and try to get young white people to be radicalized, why are you not going to these families and genuinely helping? I work in Wisconsin every single day. You know what I see? Niggas who regretted voting for Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. When I say niggas, I mean white men. Every day I see that shit, bro. When you talk to them, they say, I probably would never voted for Kamala at the time, but Trump is messing up. You know what that means to me? You're so sexist that if we was steering a boat with your family on it, and Kamala was the only person that can steer us into the port safely, you would say, hey, Trump, steer us. I never steered a boat before, though, my nigga. But you got this. You a man. All right, fuck it. And when he crashed, you ignore the damage and everything else. And then you say, well, Kamala probably would have did worse. I don't know, man. She had a lot of experience politically. She had a lot of experience driving a boat. Nah. Only experience she got is with a fucking broom in her hand. See, and that type of thinking is, I don't know. I just don't like disingenuous conversations. And I learned from a long time ago, just like this pussy in the chat. What'd you say, man?
It stifles society.
Cripples it.
It cripples it completely. And education, health-wise, we can be so much better. We can be so far advanced than what we are now. But we're letting all these implicit biases hold us back from just being human beings and developing, technology and systems that work for us all.
I couldn't agree more.
And just, how many things we're missing out on, so many wonderful inventions and vaccines. Who knows what we will be in medicine had we let women in a long time ago? Who knows what we will be? Who knows what we will be if you don't stifle or, hold down the women? Societies that hold women, that oppress women, where societies who are really firm on oppression with women, they don't prosper. They don't do well. Even Saudi Arabia is like, yeah, we got to loosen up on some of these laws. So here in Saudi Arabia, women can dress however they want to dress right now.
Did you know that America is more sexist than England?
Yeah. Yeah.
That America, like America literally. So did you know, like, there's more graduates that are women that come from Oxford, et cetera, than there are that come from our major Ivy League schools? And I just don't understand the point of trying to. And Black Dahlia, go ahead, time out Kenny Alpha. Give him the day package. Anyway, I don't understand the whole point of saying women bad.
Yeah.
If my daughter grew up to say she want to be in the army and she want to become a sniper rifle marksman, and then one day we're under attack, guess who's going to be of help to us? My daughter is. And I mean, that's in Canaan family, his mother Rock was the matriarch of the family. And let's be honest, she was the smartest and the most ruthless. She did what needed to be done every single time, not for herself, but for the family. Like when she took out her mom.
The males couldn't do it.
The men literally couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it.
They was too weak. And Rock put that burden on her back, that emotional strain on her back, and carried that shit. I'm just trying to say this. You're going to do yourself a disservice, as I try to tell other individuals, looking at women in one particular way. Or just like us, they multifaceted. Anyway, Erica Kirk got kicked out of Romania for trafficking kids, allegedly. Let's keep
going. Like, it was just nuts to see. But, that era, looking back on it, like, that was the censorship era. Like, that was one of the worst eras ever when it comes to censorship on the main platforms.
What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all was able to garner that kind of influence because y'all was so. I mean, nobody canceled y'all. Y'all got canceled because y'all diss Abba and Preach, and y'all put on specifically you, Myron. You put on the Klan hoodies, and YouTube had enough.
Yeah, YouTube just said had enough, but they've been letting it go for a long time.
Oh, absolutely.
It was making them so much money. That's why.
They had the #1 chat on YouTube. I don't know if people knew that, but yeah, if you do your research, they had the #1 chat on YouTube, Fresh and Fit specifically is what I'm talking about. Every single night, they had about 17,000 people in their chat. At least 15,000 of those people are members. So, their chat was booming. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, You guys are extremely disingenuous. Like I said, I'm not going to stay here long for this video. I just want to show the people what happened and get their opinions.
You know, making masculinity a bad thing. It was just a completely cucked period.
Completely cucked, bro. And there was only a few of us who were riding against it. One of the things I don't like on Twitter now, because it's cool to be conservative, all these conservative bros write their long fucking tweets about how important it is that you love your wife and you cuck to your wife and you need to love your wife. That's all they fucking talk about. And it's just like, bro, during the actual culture war, none of you people even piped up. You all sat still and shut the fuck up and took your vaccine because you were scared. It was only us two and maybe 2 or 3 others who were really fucking gunning and riding and charging at the gunfire and suffering for it. Tristan and I were in Romania, which is a very corrupt country, so they called us.
He's not saying it right now, but he's talking about y'all black conservatives. Talking about y'all black conservatives that popped up. He said marriage. It made me think about Anton, made me think about other niggas. Angry man. He talking about y'all. But of course, like always, y'all gonna ignore what these men do and only acknowledge, I don't know, 21, 22-year-old women like cooking with Kaya. You niggas in your 60s. Child.
Luckily, you were in America. But, bro, they would have got you just the fucking same. It was all a setup. It was all bullshit. And we were fighting against the entire fucking matrix. The whole system, the censorship apparatus, the legal apparatus, the mainstream news. We were fighting against all of it. Just us sitting here with our big mouths. And it turns out Kamala admits that we moved the fucking needle. That is a flex, bro.
So according to them, that's a flex. You know, according to them, being able to influence people's minds to make awful decisions about the direction that the country is going in, it really just shows me that, again, men are going to be the downfall of men every time. It's not women. Y'all could have influenced those boys who do a lot of other different things, like, I don't know, not be violent, not grape women, etc., but I'm not going to continue to allow y'all to disrespect Kamala Harris. I like Kamala, truth be told. I think that the country will be better off with her as president. And that's really the only reason why I voted for her. And seeing what we see now, I think that I'm justified in thinking that. I really do feel justified in feeling exactly how I feel now. Donald Trump has made awful, awful choices, selfish choices that only benefit a few. He don't want to talk about what actually benefits him. So I don't know, man. This is the video I want to show you guys. So let me see if I can find the specific part. Because Myron was talking to a white man. And the white man told Myron, hey, Myron, just because you guys help us. Here we go. Just because you guys help us doesn't mean that you get to stay, right? So Myron you just heard him talking all that shit about Kamala Harris, right? But let me remind you how the white man feel about Myron Gaines and the help that Myron does. Let's do
guys
it.
that talk like this.
America is a nation, not just from an economic standpoint, but we also have an identity too, a cultural identity. And I'll tell you guys this
Hold on. Let me slow this one down. Oh, it's normal? All right, never mind.
too.
Want to live in a country that's majority non-white. But they're not the only guys that talk like this.
America is a nation, not just from an economic standpoint, but we also have an identity too, a cultural identity. And I'll tell you guys this too. As someone who's a first-generation American, my family's from Sudan, etc., I should not be saying this stuff, but I'm going to be honest. A lot of these guys that come from the third world, to include my old homeland, come here and scam. And the reality is, if we want America to stay America, we got to keep it majority white. We got to keep it the way it was founded.
But there was a time where...
So you hear Myron again saying that we got to keep America majority white. Okay. So the white man, JQ Radio, who's a white man, conservative, he told Myron how he felt about that.
calling him a saying N-word.
But you're sitting behind a banana account, can't even stand behind what the you're saying. You got the nerve to talk to me when I got my real name out there, my real face out there. I'm live every day talking about actually contributing to the fight, and you got the gall to sit there and call me a stand you piece of shit. I hope you wake up and have the replay, and I hope I come on a space like a see your dumb and actually talk to you. This is the problem that we have in these spaces. We got these stupid, autistic that will sit there and say, well, you're not white, so you can't talk about this, or you're... And it's like, okay, as someone who's a first-generation American, my family's from Sudan, etc., economic standpoint.
Want to live in a country that's majority.
Let me make sure I get the right part.
you guys this too. As someone who's a first-generation American, my family's from Sudan, etc., I should not be saying this stuff, but I'm going to be honest. A lot of these guys that come from the third world,
Nah, not this part. I want to hear when a white boy go off.
It's like you're at McDonald's wondering why.
it's like, okay, Reed, you want to go ahead and have this fight by yourself? Faces, we're contributing to the
Trying to defend white race.
autistic.
They're not inclusive. They're a pack. Spaces where
non-whites is that once you think you help us.
Here we go. He says, once you think you help us, the problem with you non-whites. Let me let y'all hear it.
challenge me to fight. Say, listen, we don't want you here.
Myron, you were in my space the other day, and I said, you're doing a great job calling out these Jews, but, if we take this country back, we want it for white folks, and would you go home? And you said, I was born here, and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites, is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Why do you Browns think you could stay in my country?
Hell, Nick Fuentes.
Myra, I think you're doing a wonderful job calling these guys out. Unfortunate part is I told you I want this country back for whites. You told me I was born here and I'm not going anywhere. Why do you Browns want to stay in our country? That's Myron. What's up, No Tracer?
You weren't born here.
Myron. Do you not understand? Then play it one more time so you can hear how he really feel about you.
Some of them challenged me to fight. Say, listen, we don't want you here.
Myron, you were in my space the other day, and I said, you're doing a great job calling out these Jews, but, if we take this country back, we want it for white folks, and would you go home? And you said, I was born here, and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites, is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Why do you Browns think you could stay in my country?
Hell, Nick Fuentes, who he's very good friends with.
Shout out to Avin Preach. He making it very clear to you, Myron, that they do work with non-whites, but once y'all help us, you cannot stay here too. You gotta go too. But you thought you was about to get off, but again, y'all thought that helping Trump and going against Kamala was gonna, I don't know, boost you up, right? Just like the Hodge twins. Watch this clip of them. Oh, I love the white man. I love the white man. So they tweeted the white man about entering his white village.
Their Negro wake-up call. So the Hodge twins go on to Twitter, and then they put this message. Hey, Arval, I know your community is whites only, but could you make exceptions for us two Negroes? We're not even full sub-Saharan. We are over 40% white. And Arval says this. God bless the Hodge twins. But no.
Begging the white man unsuccessfully to be a part of it. We're not even 100% sub-Saharan. What, nigga? Nah, we don't want nothing to do with you pussies either. That's the reality of you raccoons today on YouTube. Period. And it's crazy that, I'm starting to think that the raccoons, the incels, the losers, they are the same little group of dudes, bro. How y'all get away with this? Only the Lord knows, bro. I really don't know. But look, that's all I have for today, man. I'm not staying for longer than I need to. Kamala Harris blamed Myron. Y'all saw the content. Let me know what y'all think about everything in the chat. And leave a comment, please, after you, watch the whole fucking video. That being said, I'm out of here. Peace.